What if a single, forgotten toy held the power to crack open a family's deepest wounds? Hidden for so long they shaped every silence, every argument, every distance at the dinner table. Imagine a home where betrayal wasn't discussed but felt, where forgiveness was postponed so long it turned into resentment passed from one generation to the next. Then, without warning, a child's lost teddy bear is found, torn and unmistakably familiar. Why was it hidden? Who put it there? And what moment in the past made this harmless toy unbearable to keep? As questions surface, so do memories no one wanted to face. Promises broken, loyalties shattered, love withheld as punishment. This isn't just about a toy returning to a child's arms, it's about the unbearable weight of secrets, the cost of choosing silence over truth, and the painful realization that forgiveness delayed can damage more than the original betrayal ever did. The lion went missing on a Tuesday afternoon. It wasn't dramatic at first. No screams, no panic, just a quiet, confused pause when 5-year-old Leo reached into his toy basket and frowned. "Mom," he said softly, his voice careful, as if the word itself might break something. "Lion isn't here." His mother, Sarah, barely looked up from the sink. "Check under your bed, sweetheart." Leo did. He always did. The bed, the couch, the hallway corner where dust gathered like forgotten thoughts. When he came back, empty-handed, his face had changed. The lion wasn't just a toy. It slept beside him every night, its mane worn thin where his fingers rubbed it when he was scared. It had a name only he used. It was Safety. That was when the house shifted. By evening, the search had become frantic. Cushions were lifted, closets emptied, laundry baskets overturned. Leo's father, Adam, checked the car twice. Sarah retraced the day again and again, her voice tightening with each repetition. "It was here this morning," she insisted. "I saw it." Grandma Miriam watched from the doorway, her hands clasped too tightly in front of her. She didn't offer to help. She didn't speak. Leo sat on the floor, silent now, clutching a different toy that didn't comfort him at all. Grandma Autumn said gently, noticing her stillness, "Did you see the lion anywhere?" Miriam flinched. "No," she said too quickly. "No, I didn't. It was a small thing." No one noticed it then, but something in the room cooled by nightfall. The lion was officially gone. Leo cried himself to sleep for the first time in months, his small body curled inward, as if trying to protect something already lost. And Miriam lay awake, staring at the ceiling, a memory clawing its way back to life. The lion was hidden in the back of an old cedar chest, beneath folded blankets that hadn't been touched in years. Miriam hadn't planned it. Her hand had moved before her mind could catch up. The moment she saw the toy that mourned its faded golden fur, the crooked stitched, smiler chest had tightened. It was the same lion. Not similar, not close. The same. Her childhood lion, the one she lost the day her family fell apart. She sat alone now, fingers trembling, the weight of decades pressing against her ribs. The house around her was quiet, but inside her head, the past screamed. The truth came out the next morning. Not with anger, but with tears. Leo found her sitting on the bed. The cedar chest opened beside her. The lion lay between them. "There you are," Leo said simply. Miriam broke. "I'm so sorry," she whispered, pulling the toy closer to her chest, like a lifeline. "I didn't mean to hurt you." Sarah and Adam arrived seconds later, confusion turning to shock as they saw the toy in Miriam's face, wet and crumbling. She told them everything. How the lion had been hers. How, as a child, she had lost it the same week. Her brother accused her of stealing money from their parents' money, tied to an inheritance that never should have mattered but did. How no one believed her. How she was pushed out, quietly, painfully, as if erasing her was easier than admitting a mistake. "I never stole anything," she said, voice shaking. "But I was treated like I did, and when I lost the lion, it felt like proof, like I deserved it." The room was silent. No one had ever spoken of this before. For decades, the family had lived with this wound, carefully covered. Holidays were polite. Conversations shallow. Certain names avoided entirely. Miriam built her life on endurance, not healing. Forgiveness had been performed, never felt. Her brother was gone now. The truth buried with him, or so she thought. I thought I was over it, she said, but when I saw Leo's lion, I realized I never was. Sarah felt something crack open inside her. All the distance she'd sensed growing up, all the emotional gaps she couldn't explain. This was the cost. The betrayal hadn't ended with Miriam. It echoed. Sarah had grown up learning not to ask too many questions. Adam had learned to keep things light. The family specialized in peace, but it was a fragile, brittle thing, one wrong word away from shattering. Resentment lived quietly in their routines, in the way conversations stopped short, in how apologies were implied, never spoken. They had chosen harmony over honesty, and it was poisoning them. Leo broke the spell. "Why didn't you tell them?" he asked Miriam, his voice small but steady. "If it wasn't your fault." The question landed harder than any accusation ever could. Why hadn't she? The conversations that followed were messy. Voices rose. Tears fell. Old loyalties were questioned, but for the first time, nothing was hidden. Sarah spoke of the distance she always felt. Adam admitted he avoided conflict because it scared him. Miriam apologized not just for the lion, but for the silence. "I thought protecting everyone meant staying quiet," she said. "It was wrong. Forgiveness didn't come all at once. It came in fragments. In long talks. After Leo slept. In uncomfortable honesty. In admitting that love alone wasn't enough, truth was required. They learned that forgiveness wasn't forgetting. It wasn't pretending. It was choosing, again and again, to face the pain without turning away. The lion returned to Leo's bed that night, but something else returned to Dot Connection. Years later, Leo wouldn't remember losing the lion, but he would remember a family that learned how to speak. And Miriam would finally sleep, knowing that the past no longer owned her silence. Sometimes redemption doesn't arrive with grand gestures. Sometimes it comes wrapped in worn fabric and button, eyes waiting to be found. If this story moved you, don't let it end here. Stories like Leo's remind us how easily silence can break families and how courage can begin with a single, honest moment. Subscribe, like, and share to help these unheard stories reach others who may be carrying the same quiet pain. Leave a comment with your thoughts or your own story. Your voice matters. Together, let's keep these conversations alive and choose understanding over silence, healing over hiding, and truth over fear.